Trump trials delayed. Did Biden finally admit there's a border crisis? And will Infowars be shut down? Who's gonna tell us about the psychic pedo moon vampires now? Besides schizophrenic homeless people. That and more on this week's America Uncovered headlines. Welcome to America Uncovered, I'm Chris Chappell. We're starting off today with some good news. For those of you afraid that society keeps getting dumber and we're hurtling towards the future in idiocracy, fear not. Because ever since Donald Trump was found guilty on all counts in his so-called hush money trial, everybody's suddenly become a legal expert. So the next time you need some legal advice, instead of spending thousands on a lawyer, you can just ask that barista that keeps burning your morning coffee because he's too busy watching CNN around the clock. He knows how the justice system works. Predictably, Donald Trump says he will appeal this conviction. He's also appealing to remove Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the Georgia election subversion case. Arguments for that are set for October 4th. And a Georgia Court of Appeals have indefinitely paused this case until the arguments are heard. Speaking of Trump trial delays, last month, the judge assigned to Trump's classified documents case, Judge Eileen Cannon, indefinitely postponed the trial. In a 5-page order, Cannon wrote, "Finalization of a trial date at this juncture before resolution of the myriad and interconnected pretrial and classified evidence issues would be imprudent and inconsistent with the court's duty to fully and fairly consider the various pending pretrial motions." So, in a case centered around document issues, they're having document issues. This is like seeing a fire truck burn to the ground. I thought this was your thing. Judge Cannon was nominated by Trump in 2020 to the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. So some argue that Cannon is dragging her feet in an attempt to delay the trial until after the 2024 election to help Trump. And some outright claim she's trying to sabotage the classified documents case altogether. In fact, a report released this week reveals Cannon was the target of more than 1,000 complaints in just 1 week in May over her handling of this case. The chief judge said in the report that those complaints filed since May 16th appear to be part of an orchestrated campaign. 1,000 complaints in just a week. Wow, I didn't know you could review bomb judges. But the only court that matters to Trump is the court of public opinion. According to an ABC News Ipsos poll, 50% of the people surveyed think Trump's recent guilty verdict is correct, and 49% think Trump should end his campaign because of it. Half the country thinks Trump is a criminal and doesn't want to see him as president. Wow. So the guilty verdict changed nothing. Got it. Results may vary, of course. A Reuters Ipsos poll says some Republicans and independents are less likely to vote for Trump after this conviction, but most other polls show it hasn't affected him significantly. But Trump knows exactly what he needs to do to regain any lost popularity. Join TikTok! Yeah, Trump has officially joined TikTok and filmed his first video while attending a UFC event.
The president is now on TikTok. It's my honor.
UFC and a Kid Rock song playing? Well, Trump just officially secured the guy with a soul patch drinking Monster Energy in his garage gym demographic. And in just 12 hours, Trump secured almost 1.5 million followers. He's currently at over 5 million. Meanwhile, President Biden has only 250,000, which is shocking because TikTok is basically a dancing app, and nobody knows how to get down like Biden. Many call Trump joining TikTok hypocritical since he tried to ban it, but I think it's genius. This is his 4D chess move to destroy the platform because nothing makes kids, who are the primary users of TikTok, see something as no longer cool faster than grandparents joining in. If Republicans want those pro-Palestine protests on college campuses to end, they should send Mitch McConnell out to support them. Speaking of high-profile trials, the Hunter Biden gun case. The Hunter Biden saga is a messy one, and poor Matt still hasn't recovered from his deep, deep dives into the dirtier details. The whole situation is a bigger flaming wreck than California right now, which is seeing yet another massive fire, prompting evacuations. Hopefully no nearby fire trucks burned to the ground. Seriously, I thought this was your thing. Initially, Hunter was given what was called a sweetheart plea deal, but it fell apart at the last minute due to disagreements over immunity Hunter would receive for other potential criminal charges. As for those other potential criminal charges, IRS whistleblowers came out and claimed Hunter was being protected during the probe into him. For more in-depth detail on that, check out this video. Now, let's dive into the latest developments. Ready, Matt? Matt? I'll check in on Matt later. Hunter Biden's trial over federal gun charges has begun in Delaware. Yep, beautiful Delaware, beautiful spaces, and high-profile cases. If convicted, Hunter could face up to 25 years in prison. Doesn't look great for him, as he's accused of lying about his drug use when he purchased a firearm. And it was revealed that 2 days after buying the gun, he texted his brother's widow, who he had previously had a relationship with, that he was sleeping on a car smoking crack. His defense said he was in recovery at the time and therefore wasn't lying when he told the gun shop he wasn't using drugs when he purchased the firearm. How did that conversation go? Probably something like this. Are you using illicit drugs at the moment? At this very moment? No. Unrelated, do you know where I can get some crack later? First Lady Dr. Jill Biden appeared at the trial to support Hunter, and President Biden called his son inspiring. And I agree, Hunter's antics truly are inspiring. Matt to seek therapy. And after the break, Boeing goes to space. Welcome back. Boeing launched 2 NASA astronauts aboard its Starliner capsule after years of delays due to a number of vehicle issues. I know, Boeing facing vehicle issues? I won't stand for such libel. Be gone! Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Seriously, don't, because it'll be falling from the sky at terminal velocity. The astronauts will spend a week aboard the International Space Station, then return to Earth on the Starliner. And I'm sure they're going to give a glowing report, because why on earth would anyone be afraid to speak out against Boeing? Speaking of conspiracy theories, in an update to our previous coverage of Alex Jones, that's the proper pronunciation, a U.S. bankruptcy judge rejected calls from relatives of Sandy Hook victims to immediately shut down Alex Jones's Infowars amidst a bankruptcy dispute, allowing Jones to keep operating Infowars while it decides whether or not his assets should be liquidated. Jones and his company filed for bankruptcy after losing 2 lawsuits and being ordered to pay $1.5 billion to the relatives of Sandy Hook victims for defamation. But then Jones agreed to liquidate his assets in a move that would end his ownership of Infowars, because apparently his video game didn't earn him enough cash. And yes, Alex Jones has a video game.
I present to the world Alex Jones's New World Order Wars. You Nazi scum! Let's free the Patriots and defeat the globalist tech geeks.
I know I make a lot of jokes and I'm often sarcastic, but I want you all to understand that I say this with all sincerity. I can't believe this game hasn't made $1.5 billion. Obviously, Jones's line of supplements isn't helping him think of any big money-making ideas, which is why he needs to try my line of supplements, Chap XL. It'll help you come up with ideas so fast, you think of them before you even thought of them. How is that possible? Because time is a construct, and Chap XL controls it. Approved by all of the most tan and handsome health professionals. Claudia Sheinbaum was elected as Mexico's first female and Jewish president, winning by a large margin. This is historic, as Sheinbaum has had to overcome Mexico's historically machismo culture, as well as 37 other political candidates that were murdered leading up to the national elections. So this was less of an election and more of a battle royale. It was a red wave of blood. Sheinbaum is an ally of outgoing Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and she has vowed to continue his work. And I believe she can do it because I'm a feminist. I believe that she's just as capable as any man of going to work, pulling up her sleeves, and letting the cartels run absolutely wild. You go, girl. Speaking of south of the border, President Biden signed an executive order that will temporarily shut down asylum requests at official ports of entry at the southern border when the average number of daily illegal immigrant encounters exceeds 2,500. For context, the last time average daily encounters was below 2,500 was January 2021, coincidentally, a cough cough wink wink, when Biden took office. So asylum requests are currently shut down. They will reopen when daily average encounters fall to 1,500 a day. This order upset many Democrats who feel Biden is caving to Republican pressure to try and appease independent voters in an election year. But at least Republicans are happy, right? Nope, they feel this move is too little too late. So Biden united the left and right in disappointment. Truly, he is a great uniter. Though Biden made this move, he hasn't gone so far as to call the border crisis a crisis. But considering even very liberal cities like Chicago and New York have expressed frustration with the situation, maybe Biden can at least admit it's not a crisis? But he is owning up to the problem and admitting his fault in it. No, I'm just kidding. He blames this all on Donald Trump.
4 months ago, after weeks of intense negotiation between my staff and Democrats and Republicans, we came to a clear bipartisan deal. It was the strongest border security agreement in decades. But then, Republicans in Congress, not all, but walked away from it. Why? Because Donald Trump told them to. He told the Republicans, it has been published widely by many of you, that he didn't want to fix the issue, he wanted to use it to attack me.
Yes, because as we all know, this border not a crisis all started 4 months ago. So it was Trump who's behind the issue that coincidentally started, cough, cough, wink, wink, when Biden took office. He's using a 4D chess move to destroy America, just like he's using a 4D chess move to destroy TikTok. But when you're in it to win it, is there any length you wouldn't go? Abandon your honor and check out the latest episode of my new show, Deep Thoughts While Gaming, where I talk about the Ghost of Tsushima, combining news, politics, philosophy, and my patented humorous approach with gaming, all in the space of 15 minutes or less. Click here and let me know what you think. In America Uncovered wouldn't exist without your support. Click that orange button to support us on Patreon. All it takes is $1 an episode and you can set a monthly limit. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.